We are here in the Bahamas.
We are going to make it right.
If you became a millionaire, would you keep working? You know?
The commander is here.
What's going on right now is California's trying to figure out.
Dope beats. I got to pop your butt.
Yeah. Oh, I can.
Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, not state-affiliated media. How is everybody doing today? Today is April 12th, Wednesday. It's hell o'clock yet again. Yes, 11:34 Eastern Standard Time, where we always come to you exactly on time, exactly how we plan. TJ, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great, feeling good. Bitcoin price is holding strong. We got new economic data out. Went to a Braves game last night.
How
Braves
was that?
won, so what's that?
I haven't been to a Braves game yet. I definitely want to do it this season. How was it?
It was great. It's absolutely great. I mean, it was a perfect night for a game. The early, the spring games and the fall games are the best before it gets too hot in the middle of the summer there. So.
Where are the seats in relation to the field? There's like nosebleeds, upper deck in the back, left field?
No, right behind home plate. Pretty much the best seats you can get without getting down in the basically friends and family section. So it's in the Delta Club. You get free food and stuff. It's good.
All right, is that the place where you have the net up and it looks like you every now and then you see the crowd do that when a foul? All right, have you ever been like in the area when a foul looks like it's going to hit you?
Not too bad. Ours aren't too bad like that. But I have been down on the third baseline before where it looked like you're about to get drilled by a line drive.
Yeah, baseball, very visceral sport, very visceral. You could feel the ball hit the glove. You could hear and feel that crack of the bat. It'll keep you involved because if you don't, you could get beamed in the head, and no one wants that. All right, well, let's get right into the show, folks. Make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube. We just put out a couple great videos. One, are you new to crypto? If you know anyone that's new to crypto, make sure they check that out. And also, can BitBoy be trusted? Ooh, coming from Ben himself. You're going to want to check that one out as well. Ben is in New York, and so I believe he's going to have a phone record, and so you're going to want to check out that and get his thoughts, get his feel. Maybe he'll do an ARF. I don't know. It's going to be a good time. Kelly, how are you doing? Big, huge shout out to Kelly, because Kelly's helping me out watching my dogs, watching me and Kat's dogs. So Kelly, you're a lifesaver. I owe you one. So I'll help you move a couch or something.
That's Kelly from BitLab Academy. If you guys aren't watching BitLab Academy, I'll drop a link for you.
Yeah, make sure you check that out. Great stuff. Also, make sure we got a couple cool things besides BitLab Academy. If you're not part of that, there's a great newsletter as well. And then if you're in the Pluto Alliance, the 6th newsletter from Crucial Crypto is now posted in the Discord for the verified V1 holders to view. This is 18 hours ago. And the cruise is coming up. That's right, the BitBoy cruise, the Galactic cruise, the Pluto. It's going to be a great time. Jim, looking forward to hanging out with you, some other team members, some of the Kings. We're going to have a really great time. So I'm going to be getting ready for that this weekend. Be cool if, see some of the BitSquad members there as well. And also JPEG Junkies. We finalized our DAO choices here. So we got it. I'm going to put out a Medium article today. So you're going to want to check that out. Guys, we have the DAO rolling and going. And there's things we can't do in America, but a DAO can do. I don't want to get into the specifics because, there's going to be up to the community to decide what those things are. But if you're in NFTs, you kind of know what we're talking about. There's just things we can't do being based in America. But DAO, we have 2 of the 3 members international. We're now an international body. All right, we have a poll up. What coin should we look into for pick a coin? BitSquad is going to be near Solana or ICP. We'll do that towards the tail end.
Smash that or let us know in the poll so we pick later in the show.
Yeah, and we got some great stuff coming up. We got a great Elon interview. We're going to break that down. Also, Bitcoin moving and a huge Ethereum upgrade today, folks. And not only that, the CPI data is out. It's a very big day. Is Lamar a Falcon? I don't know. I don't watch football. TJ,
no, I don't know.
Is Lamar a Falcon?
That's a big question. Everybody wondering where Lamar Jackson's going to end up. I say no. I don't think, because they did just draft a pretty, what's his name, Ritter, last year before. But it's possible.
It is possible. All right. Let's see. We got BitBoy Crypto free Bitcoin Miami tickets. 7 days left. We're starting this. So call out. The call out code is BitBoy. We're going to give away, I believe, 2 winners. Thanks to our friends at BitGet, we're able to give away these tickets for Bitcoin Miami. Those tickets aren't cheap, folks.
No,
so this is a huge savings.
Yeah, these are very expensive tickets. We are partnered with the conference. If you go to their website and put in the code BitBoy at checkout, you will get a 10% discount. However, for these 2 tickets, and he mentioned 2 tickets, we're giving them to 2 different winners. So 4 tickets total, 2 winners. So you and a friend can go to the conference. We're not covering any travel or anything. This is just entry into the conference.
Just 2 tickets to paradise.
Yeah. And I'm gonna if you pull this screen back up here, There's a tweet on the BitBoy Crypto Twitter. All you have to do is retweet it. There's instructions on how to enter there. I will drop the link in the chat. And yeah, are you going to the Twitter? Perfect.
Yeah. Let's check it out here. Ben Armstrong. I don't know if we're signed in. Let's see. Ben with the hot
There it
takes
is.
on
There
the
it was.
NBA there. Yeah, want to go to Bitcoin Miami, giving away 2 tickets to 2 winners. Thanks, BitGet Global. So yeah, the link is right there. It's our Gleam giveaway. Then everything will be powered through that. So yeah, you're saving a lot of money, folks. It's not going to be cheap. You're going?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be
Okay.
there. A lot of the team, Frank and Tony will both be there. I know you guys are doing a different NFT conference, but
Yep.
yeah, a lot of the Bit Squad will be down there. So come hang out. And like I said, if you want that discount from the Bitcoin Miami website, Bitcoin 2023 conference, you can just go and when you check out there, use the promo code BitBoy to get 10%
Promo
off.
code BitBoy. Yeah, we're going to do some remote shows from there.
Yeah, well, we have a big plan. Also, if you guys remember yesterday, we mentioned down at Bitcoin Miami Conference, we're going to be doing a scavenger or a escape room contest for people to win potentially an entire Bitcoin. So if you guys are down there, send in your video submissions of why you should be selected to casting@bitboycrypto.com.
Yeah, so if you want to save 3 million sats, hey, that seems like a good thing. I'd like to save $850 and maybe go for free. So guys, definitely check that out. It'll be a good time. It's always a good time out there. I'm sure you'll have a good time. Be careful with the back of your neck. That Florida sun, folks, it is no joke.
No joke.
Yeah, I'm going to be in Florida this weekend. So I'm going to be in Florida a couple days before the cruise, hanging out. And so I'll try not to get too lobster-like as I come back. Shout out to the lobster coin. All right, let's see here. Let's get into CoinGecko. Where are we at? All right, let's refresh. Just make sure we get that freshest data. Bitcoin liking to bounce around that 30,000. All right, but market cap right now, down 0.5%, nothing too major. Bitcoin's down 1%. So ETH scooping up some of the losses there. Right now coming in at 1.275 trillion. 24-hour volumes up slightly. Now we're above 50 billion. We're coming in at 53 billion. That Bitcoin dominance, 45.4. It is down slightly as ETH is starting to take a little bit of the share as Bitcoin falls slightly. Now, I see Benjamin Cowan still calling for 50%. You're feeling 50% likely?
Yeah, no,
right?
I think 50% is very likely. I've always been in the 50% camp. I would, at one point, I mean, he may have backed off of this now. I don't really follow it too closely, but at one point he was calling for close to 60% or 60% plus. And that's where I said somewhere between 50 and 55 is highly likely. I didn't really see it getting over 55. But I definitely think we'll get over 50%, or at least touch 50%.
Yeah, I see 55. It's going to be different. I think there'll be a new metric at some point once we remove stable coins, and then we'll kind of reset our numbers there, reset our baseline. Maybe then it'll be 70%, maybe 70 is the new 50 then at that point. So yeah, Bitcoin dominance down slightly, and we could see why. It is down 0.9% on the 24-hour here. Basically the hours, it was slightly in the green, but now that in the past hour, we are back down below 30,000. I think we briefly touched 30,300. ETH was up slightly more down. Now it's only up 0.1%, but we got the big upgrade. We're going to be talking about that as well. Let's see some of the bigger movers in the top 10, 20. We got BNB down 3%, XRP down 3%, Cardano staying above 40%, surprisingly. We have Doge down 3%. A lot of things down around 3%, Litecoin down 3%, and then we have Tron down 3% just to wrap it up there. But let's look at the top gainers and the top losers. What do we have going on here? We have, an exchange token, Hubi up 4.4%, Near up 4.3%, Injective up slightly, ETH Classic, ICP. Guys, we're talking about hot coins today. Hot coins, ApeCoin up now, pushing $4.50. Feeling good about that one. Still staking my 7 ApeCoin. We have Phantom up. We have Radix up, and then Immutable X up 2% after that, coming in below 2%. But let's look at the top losers. Hopefully, none of your coins are in this, but if you want to avoid it, hit that like button. It helps us out a whole bunch. Helps us tremendously. So please help that like button, and big shout out to Stake as well. We're going to give a shout out to that as well. Conflux down 8%. Rocket Pool down 5%. Aptos, one of the hot coins, still coming in a market cap of 31, but rank 31, down almost 5%. And Caspa also down about 5%. Singularity Net, not feeling great about this one, folks. I did get in at 40 cents. We're down less than a penny, but hey, I don't like seeing that. All those losses coming in the last 24 hours. basically wiping out, where we're at for the week here, down 4.7%. Optimism down. If you're looking to get some optimism cheap, I mean, we are up on the week, but we're down to almost 4% today. Then Stacks, Chili's, Lido DAO, and then Tron and Litecoin rounding out the rest of the losers there. Any thoughts on all these L2 narrative coins are on the way down? I mean, is that just the ETH upgrade? Is ETH sucking the oxygen out of the room?
No, I think it's more just kind of a natural pullback. I mean, we obviously had a pretty big pump that moved us up above 30. Now we're pulling back below. I mean, you see Bitcoin sitting at 29, just below 30. So I think this is just a kind of a natural response from altcoins, things that had been pretty hot the last couple weeks. Especially you're looking at Stacks, Optimism, Lido. A lot of those have been doing really well. And it could be some people de-risking before the Shanghai upgrade today, like taking chips off the table with the either expectation A, there's a lot of strong narrative that, everything Ethereum related is going to dump when all that ETH gets unlocked, which I don't tend to agree with. However, a lot of people would probably just, I'm going to just close all my positions right now, wait and see what happens. Kind of treat it like a Fed meeting, traditional traders would treat at an FOMC meeting.
We have two people. Crypto Stevo, OP is down because of inflationary, what do they say? Inflationary tokenomics. But then someone else kind of disagreeing, but you're saying the same thing. OP is down because some tokens get unlocked. I think you guys are saying the same thing, different ways there. Yeah, it looks like a little mass of tokens maybe hit the market, so that might be a reason for the pullback there. All right, been right for a while. Now is the first bull market top, then it was the bull market bottom, then it was interest rates topping out at the beginning of 23. And it's interest rate drop. I'm feeling good about my call of the bottom in November. I don't know if it's going to play out. I'm starting to feel a little bit better. At one point, I was like at a coin toss. Now I'm leaning closer to 60%, maybe 65%. But if that does play out, I'm going to be one of those idiots that retweets that like, oh, I called this on this day 4 years ago. I'm going to be that guy.
You got it right, you got it right.
Hey, if you get it right, hey, you do the same thing if you're me. All right, do we have Frank?
He's not online just yet, so if you wanted to hop into maybe the CT minute, I think he was having issues with the link.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. I think we're over here. Yeah, all right, I got some good ones. Let me refresh because I added the Chaos GPT stuff. I've been seeing in that, and so I wanted to lead with this. This is a AI agent.
CT minute brought to you by Stake, obviously. Shout out to the Hawks winning their big game last night in the play-in for the playoffs. They beat the Heat. Ben was talking about it yesterday. We had some pretty good action on that. So shout out to our friends who help us with all that. But yeah, love using Stake, and it's definitely fun when you win.
Yeah, let me give one more shout out. Expose put out a video yesterday. He's probably the #1 gambling influencer. He smashed his TV after the largest win of the year. Guys, it's me and Taco's favorite.
I saw that.
Yeah, this guy is nuts. His name's Cody. Cody put out a great video. So if you want to see some pretty entertaining content, you can't look further than this. It's just good. That's all I'm going to say. He's an entertaining individual for sure. All right, now back to the crypto minute, CT minute here. First, Chaos GPT. This is an AI agent, and an AI agent, it can perform actions without you doing it. So you want it to build a website, it will build that website. It won't tell you how, it will actually do the stuff. And then there's some where it's like, starting a drop shipping company and I gave $1,000 and a PayPal balance. Well, this is an AI agent meant to destroy humanity, everybody. All right, these are its 5, and it's operating as we speak, I believe.
This is terrible.
This is its 5 objectives. Destroy humanity, establish global dominance, cause chaos and destruction, control humanity through manipulation, and then, last but not least, attain immortality. I think its first tweet was something like, I almost don't even want to say it. It's like, this was the largest nuclear device ever created. Imagine if I got my hands on one. ... That's his first tweet, everybody. So nothing scary, nothing to see here. Now, I don't think it's gonna, be the thing that brings about the end of humanity, but I wouldn't be surprised if something like that is used for that effect. All right, now keep going. And then if you want to know more about AI agents, the next tweet that I liked goes into it, and just more scary AI agents. So if you want to freak yourself out further. All right, now let's talk about some Bitcoin whale activity. This is 2 hours ago. Smart Whale just transferred 330 million Bitcoin to Bitfinex an hour ago. They bought their Bitcoin at an average price of $20,000. So so far their profit, $390 million, folks. So this whale They dumped a lot. I don't know if it's going to, lead to a downtick. This was 2 hours ago. Maybe that was like a little bit of a brief downtick there. But, maybe just keep an eye out on the whale activity as we hit some of these high levels. All right, next we have one big fan of ATB. We love having him on. Ox Stacker, also known as Forrest. Shanghai upgrade happens today around 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, for those wondering about the timing. Then he kind of gives a little bit of a price prediction, a little bit of a short-term pullback, and then we'll shoot back to 2K. Here, this, I think, is going to be similar to the future of what we see. Still talking to this team. They're still working on my mutant ape. I guess it was a little bit difficult, but they have Justin's ape ready. What do you think about this? Do you think Zoom calls will look like this in the future? I mean, is this kind of what you're expecting? Or is it going to be too not professional? Like, hey, Jim, you want to take off that ape filter? We like to see your face.
I'd say yes, both. Yes, some Zoom calls will look like this in the future. And then also, yes, that impression you just did will 100% happen because...
all right, yeah, as long as they don't pull a, what was that CNN guy? I don't know. Someone will
talking
know
to the wrong person.
Yeah, the CNN guy that was caught, Jeffrey Tubing or something, Tuber. I don't know. Hey, let's not go there. All right, Bitcoin News.com is a pretty good account here. Just in, U.S. real wages have been in decline for 24 straight months. Look at that chart. It looks like maybe we're starting to head back on this trend line. So, that could be a positive development. But guys, this is a record. This is going back all the way to 2007. So real wages, straight decline, 24 months. Not really, really good. Here, this is just commentary on humanity. How is this not an addiction?
Everybody on their phones, yeah.
Yeah. Andrew Serrano, 25, lost 17K in Celsius. Should I reinvest in crypto? And if so, what coin should I buy into? Stayed away from crypto since. Well, I lost some on Celsius. They lost a lot more than that on Celsius. If anything, yeah, I mean, don't give up. That's kind of what the big whales would like you to do. They want you to get out and they want you to come in and buy the top. Don't buy the top. Now I think we still are in an accumulation zone. I think Bitcoin could pull back down to 20, potentially 12. Who knows? I'm not a genie. I don't have all the answers. I'm not Will Smith. Don't slap me. I would say DCA is the way. And, I'm semi-comfortable. If you're not in crypto, if I have zero crypto, super comfortable DCAing. In fact, I would calculate my bills and then I would put every dollar into crypto with this paycheck. That's what I would do. Not financial advice there.
Well, and the good news there is you're 25. You have, it sucks. Obviously, anytime you're losing money, 17K, I'm sure is a lot of money at that age. I mean, you're doing great to be getting that much. So, sucks that you lost it. Our sympathies go out there. But the good news is you do have time to recover. And with crypto, you should.
Plenty of time. Gary Vee would say you're young.
You're extremely young.
All right. Always like to throw out a good meme for you guys. This one, it's an oldie but goodie. TJ, I'm sure you've seen this one. I'm not sure what the sounds. It's 9 seconds, folks. Boom. And then that's gravity, folks. That's gravity. Oh, that's the crypto market in a nutshell there. People at NFT NYC, it's fine. Everything's fine. Don't look at the people on the sidewalks. Don't look at the tents. And then, here's just good advice. Say what you want about these two brothers. I was told today that I'm now influential enough to pump a crypto with a single tweet. This got me thinking, can I really control what people spend their money on? I'm hoping so. Take your family out for dinner today. Post photos here. Best investment ever. And then just a little bit of love to Caleb Friends. I think that's just a good sentiment to share. Sometimes it's good. Just stop, smell the roses, spend some time with your family. I gave advice to Owen, and Owen heeded my advice. I made Owen go up 10 points. Owen helps us out with ATB. He's one of the BitSquad members behind the scenes. On Friday, Good Friday, I said, Owen, the best ROI for $10 you'll ever get. Go to Target. There's one 30 seconds up the road. Buy a $5 basket and buy $5 of your girlfriend's favorite candy. Give it to her for Easter. Boom. He actually did it. He's like, dude, great idea. Yeah. Great idea. Nice. So do we ever get Frank in?
Yeah, Frank is here. We will let us roll this real quick, and then we will get into the charts.
All right, Frankie Candles, how are you doing today? Can I hear you?
Hello, testing, testing.
No, I'm kidding. I hear you, man. How are you doing, buddy?
Doing good, DZ. Doing good. Shout out to Gary V. I like that. How old are you? You're 70? You're young. You have your whole life ahead of you. Shout out to Gary V.
F your parents. F your parents.
Yeah. Too funny. But yeah, guys, we do have some interesting stuff to look at here on the charts. As you know, obviously, we are getting a little bit of a pullback here. Nothing too insane on my live stream last night. I was saying, nothing goes up forever, right?
Yeah, I'm in a scalp
sometimes it does
short.
feel like
I'm
that.
in a scalp short. I caught the wick up to 30,450. Watching it very closely. Already have a stop loss and profit. I'm not going to get my face melted in the wrong direction as it goes up to 32, 33. So I got a very tight stop loss. I'm in profit. I'm going to keep it that way. What are your thoughts on my scalp short?
See, I actually like it. The reason I like your scalp short so much is because you said your stop loss is in profit, and that is like you said, you don't want to get melted in the wrong direction, and it does go. And I know DZ, you probably know this because I know you trade. You could be like up in the green and you're feeling great, and then you just look away for 5 seconds, come back, and you're now losing money. So stop loss and profit is definitely a big thing.
Not only that, you're watching the candle and it's pushing up the body. The wick, like the wick sucks the candle up with it. Then it like prints, and then the next 1 minute candle like teleports up. $50. You're like, what's happening? What's happening? Yeah. So I know the feeling.
It's painful.
I know the feeling.
But yeah, I'll go ahead and share my screen here and take a look at hopefully this shares the correct screen. There we go. Right. So we'll go ahead and take a look at some key levels here to the downside, just because we are getting that move down. Now, I do want to take a look real quick at the BitLab indicators here. Now, you can see, God, this is on the 4 hour. If you come up to the 4 hour here, we had this massive red wave on our significant movements indicator. Now, as you guys know, these big red waves typically indicate tops. You can see that right here. We had a big red wave. Big top brings you down a little bit, right? You get another top up here as we kind of just wiggled around sideways. And then obviously these are all kind of mixed signals as we were just stuck in that sideways range. But when you see this absolutely massive red wave, this could be indicating that we are coming up to a temporary top as we are starting to get a little bit of a pullback to the downside. And then again, I do just want to point out right here on the 1 hour as well, this is, in my opinion, when I use the BitLab indicators, this is one of the most accurate signals that I have found on the indicator personally, or this is one that, anytime I see these bearish signals or bullish signals pop up on the hidden volume indicator, these are pretty accurate. These are like one of the most, I've had the best luck with these signals on the hidden volume here. So you did get a bearish signal here right as you were getting that pump up, right? Everyone was getting all excited. Oh my God, we're getting our next leg up. BitLab indicator was like, not so fast. And then we got that move down. And then you could also see your relative extrema right here coming way, way out of your green wave. I don't know if you guys could even actually see that green wave. I'll zoom in right here. So when these lines come way out of that green wave, it does indicate that the move may not be sustainable, and it would be an unhealthy move and would call for a move to the downside or a slingshot back to the downside, which is just about exactly what we got here. So so that was kind of one of those things that I was looking at. But I'm going to just kind of look at the price action here and give you guys some key levels to the downside in case this move down does continue, right? So we do have a 1 hour blood diamond. This is a little bit alarming, could be signaling a little bit more of a move down, but we are approaching our next key level here. Now, this level is coming in between about 29,665 and about 29,617. So I would expect somewhat of support on top of this level. But the one thing you want to realize here is if we pull up our VPVR, we have one of the famous volume gaps right underneath this level. So, if we wind up actually coming down here, maybe we test this level a couple times. But if we break this level and we cannot get back above, we may fall right through this big gap in volume. And price is naturally going to hunt out that next high volume node, which is coming down here close to about 29K. So that would be the next major level to the downside I would watch if we lose this, more specifically, if we start losing that 29.6 level. That's where I'm looking for that next move down closer to, let me just get rid of these lines real quick just to clean things up. That's where I would look for that next move down. You will find a little bit of support here as your volume starts to pick up at about 29.3. So if you lose that 29.6 level, I would look for a quick move through this low volume gap to about 29.3. If you start losing that level, you do have a decent bit of volume here. coming in at about 29,150, and you also do have a golden pocket there as well. So I would look for some decent support at this level as well. But then you can see, you know, as you kind of work your way down here, you just have volume gap after volume gap. So, you know, you're hoping to hold this level. If not, you're getting a quick move likely down to eventually that 21.2 level. If you lose that level, you may get a quick move down. You do have some kind of support here, but your next real volume starts to pick up back at these highs here. So this is getting close to that 28.5 level. So those are just some of the key levels I'm looking at to the downside. But I do just want to show you guys real quick kind of the situation we're in here, because this will give you guys some context into what is actually going on. Now, for me to remain bullish, guys, I am looking to maintain support above this level at 28.8K. If we do get a big correction here or some kind of a big pull down, I wouldn't really be that worried until we start losing that 28.8K level, because you guys will remember I've been talking about this a lot, not only on this show, but on my channel as well. The reason this level would be so important is because it is the previous value area low of this range all the way back here. So, and as you guys know, with the way the volume profiles work, as long as you can maintain support above that value area low, it will likely keep you within that range, making your next stop, next likely stop being the POC at about 30K. And then once you get above this level, that's what opens up the door to get your move up to that value area high at about 31.2. So it does seem like we are starting to get that reaction off that point of control. So as we kind of play around with this level on the lower time frames, I will be watching this very, very closely, because price is just naturally going to, you know, magnetically get sucked to this point of control. So you may kind of just play around on this level a little bit. But the decisive rejection of this level, or the decisive hold of support, is likely going to give us good insight. Like if we decisively lose this level to the downside, I would expect to eventually make it down to that value area low. And then this morning, this was looking actually very bullish in my opinion. As we were holding support up here, we had some of these medium hourly time frames looking for green dots. We have money flow coming up. So that was starting to look good for a move up to that value area high. But then once we printed that blood diamond, started to lose this level. Now it is kind of more up in the air here, but this is the key level. Again, coming in almost at $30,000 even. Not only is it the point of control, but it's also that very psychological level of 29K. So you can bet that this is going to be a big area of interest. So I will be looking for the decisive loss of this level to anticipate lower prices. And again, if we could get back up there, and this was just some kind of pull to the downside, maybe shorts got liquidated. I'm sorry. Maybe longs got liquidated. And if we can hop on top of that level, that's where I'm looking for higher prices. And real quick, before I let you guys go, I will say this. So I will say 32,000. Basically, if we zoom out here, I'll give you guys kind of the doorway to much higher prices is essentially, if we zoom out here and take a look at, get some of this price action in here and take a look at the volume, the doorway to much higher prices for Bitcoin is sitting at about $32,500. If we could crack that $32,500 level, that is where we may get a move up to the macro point of control from the top of the bull run, which is coming in right there at about, let me get that exact level for you, 34,450. So if we crack 32.5, it is, in my opinion, going to be likely that we will see a move up to that 34.5K level, which is really exciting. Pretty high targets, considering it felt like we were at the bottom of the bear market like yesterday. So.
All right, just quick follow-ups. I love Blood Diamonds. I love Marcus Cypher. We love Crypto Phase. He's one of the real ones in the space. That blood hour on the Blood Diamond on the 1 hour, has that printed, or is that just now happening?
It is confirmed. Yeah, that is.
Is it on the 2 hour yet? Is it on the 2 hour?
It is not on the 2 hour. We have it on the 1 hour, and I believe some of the lower time frames, we have it on the 45-minute and the 30-minute, all confirmed.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you heard earlier, there's a whale sold 330 million Bitcoin 2 hours ago to Bitfinex, and I wonder if other people, maybe not that one trade did it, but maybe other people are seeing that trade, they're also selling, and then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, Deez, you make a great point, dude. And especially when you're looking at something like indicators, this is probably really, kind of useful information for people to have at home. When you're looking at indicators like this is why you don't always want to just, bet the farm on one signal that you're getting from one indicator. That's the importance of confluence, right? Because, you could see these blood diamonds pop up, and don't get me wrong, I'm not going to do it, but we could go back and back test these blood diamonds. Oftentimes, they do mark big moves to the downside. However, when you have to understand that, when people look at the charts, I think they lose the sight of the fact that this is just really charting human emotion and just what people are doing with their money. So when you do have someone behind the scenes, like a big whale or something, dumping money like that, that could cause that blood diamond to pop up just temporarily, giving a little bit of a false signal, especially like you said, if you have, retail kind of seeing that big drop down and then they kind of start getting scared and following suit. That could add a little bit more insult to injury there. But again, that is why you don't want to just focus on one signal, because when you have a whale dump like that, that blood diamond might not be a sustainable move to the downside where, if a healthy blood diamond were to pop up, it would be. So you got to kind of take those, interactions, those whale transactions into account for sure.
All right. Well, Frankie, always a great one. Where can we find your stuff?
Yeah, you guys could check out the Frankie Candles on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. We go live every single weekday at 5:45. We put up market updates like 3 or 4 times a week. So we keep you guys updated, and definitely get into our free Discord. Links are in probably going to be in the chat here on in this chat and in the description down below. But yeah, that's all I got. Back to you, DZ.
All right, you didn't give me lasagna yesterday. That's okay. Next time.
Oh, wait. I will tell you this. I forgot to bring you the lasagna, dude. But when I went home, I was talking to Mrs. Candles, and I said, I forgot to bring DZ, Tony D's lasagna. And she said, well, it wasn't going to be there because she ate it the night before. Ooh. So
all's well that ends well. You know what? It went to a good home. That was TJ's face after he had one bite of lasagna.
I was going to say, I had some of Tony's lasagna too. Some of the best lasagna I've ever had in my entire life. It will change your life. It's really good lasagna.
Next time. Tony's lasagna is crazy. But yeah.
That wasn't a euphemism, folks. All right. Great stuff. Thank you, Frank. Always a great time. We love the Kindle Mafia, and I also like Town Crown Mafia. I think that is a good name. We love Tom Crown. If you think of Tom Crown, make sure you think of Litecoin, though. I want those things to be synonymous in your brain. It's peanut butter and jelly, basically, Tom Crown and Litecoin. All right, we're talking about that Bitcoin whale. Well, there's another whale. This is an even bigger transaction. This is the 4th largest crypto transaction of all of 23. 23,500 Bitcoin. The other one was 330 million. This is 710 million, 4th largest ever, according to 2023, according to Sentiment. Now with 30K, large moves like this should be increasingly common as the crowd polarizes. Now that 30K has been crossed, large moves like these should become more frequent than on the 11th surpassed 30K for the first time since June of last year. That's right, folks, about a 10, 11-month high. The rally subsided as we fell below the 30K, but as the time we're down just about a 0.5%, still trading pretty flat around 30K. Crypto analyst Ali reports that the Bitcoin network has reached a record high of 512,000 new addresses, which is a promising sign. He observes that growing user adoption of Bitcoin may indicate future price increases here. I want to look a little bit more, maybe click on the tweet here if it'll let us. Yep. All right, this is from Sentiment. 20,000 views, so it really hasn't hit the radar too much here, but whale address, a lot of movement there, a lot of movement. I wonder if this was the move preceding the dump of the 330 million. That almost kind of makes sense because it's really, really close to half the amount.
Yeah.
I don't know. So maybe that 330, I'm not saying this is accurate, but what if there's another sell of 330? Just be careful out there. There's a lot of whale activity, but it's not just Bitcoin getting the whale activity. That's right. ETH, it's a major, major day for Ethereum. No major Ethereum sell-off, however, projected after Shapella, according to on-chain analysis. What are your thoughts of Shapella?
The name itself?
Yeah, not a fan.
No.
I've heard Dave Chappelle so many times.
Yeah.
It sounds weird in my mind.
It does. It's like one of his characters on the show or something. I can see like Dave Chappelle being like an alter ego.
Classic show. I remember, I have just a quick story. I love that show very, very early. I was very early on DVR technology or TiVos or whatever they're called. And I love that show out the gate, recording episodes. I don't know what episode the Little John one was, but me and Tony Gonzalez We were, we had a little frisbee with seeds and stems, if that says anything. And this is a long time ago. It's like a year out of high school. And the what? Okay, classic skit. We saw it the night it premiered, and I think it was a Friday or something. We went out the next Saturday, and we were joking, and we were doing what? Laughing hilariously. No one got it. No one cared. We were like, shut up. What are you doing? Like, no, Chappelle, just shut up. No one cared about that show till they hit DVD.
Yeah.
Like years later, 2 years later. So like no one liked that show at first. That was my experience. Same thing with Family Guy. I don't know if you recall that.
Yeah.
This was like 2002, 2004. Everybody got those same Family Guy DVDs, and it got so popular they took it from canceled to they started airing new episodes. So yeah, good times back then, back when pre-internet in our pocket. All right, no major Ethereum sell-off projected here, according to on-chain analysis. The big moment is here, folks. ETH network will undergo its highly anticipated upgrade on this blog. Should be around 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, according to Forest. We estimate a total of 170,000 ETH intended to be sold after the upgrade. Projected, that only 100,000 ETH of the total accumulated rewards would be withdrawn and sold. Furthermore, we expect to see twice as many validators exiting, but only a limited amount of stake will be released per day. Only a fraction of that amount will actually become liquid, according to Glassnode. Total figures represents less than 1% of the entire amount ETH staked. The entire amount, folks, 18 million. So we have 18 million staked, and they withdraw, 100K, 200K. Not going to move it too much, compared to what it could be if they release everything at once. It's also reported that around half of the ETH stake was in profit. Additionally, the realized price of all deposits is currently, it's roughly around where it is today, 2,100, whereas the ETH realized price is 1,400. ETH accumulated stake and rewards. You see the rewards just accumulating. They concluded that the design of the exit withdrawal process would limit any major impact on ETH prices, adding, based on our analysis, the impact on the economy is expected to be a lot less dramatic than many have painted it to be. Look, a lot of thought went into this, a lot of nerds, a lot of quantitative analysis, a lot of spreadsheets and projections, and, probably did some internal polling like, okay, you have it staked, what are you going to do? You have it staked, what are you going to do? Extrapolated some figures, and I'm sure they came up with as best as they could do with the information given.
Well,
I don't think they're going to tank the price.
They designed it with all of these assumptions in mind.
Yes.
Assuming if everyone could sell, that was able to sell at what time, what kind of impact would that have, and what, how could we continue to operate the market? I did want to say, when they say removing the stake, they're not talking about people taking their tokens off of the stake website, which is our sponsor. They're talking about staked Ethereum getting removed from the Shanghai upgrade. So
I'm saying Chappelle Show wasn't. I wasn't saying it was hated. It wasn't a huge hit until DVD. So I wasn't saying it was like no one had heard of it. It was not popular.
It wasn't mainstream. It blew up
mainstream
when it hit the DVDs. It was kind of like underground before.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that first episode started with the blind guy. I mean, it was dicey, and back then it was. It was just an interesting time of the culture as well. We were like 2 years after 9/11. It was just weird to be an American for like 4 years during that time. All right, U.S. CPI inflation rises 0.1% in March, slower than the forecast for 0.2%. Bitcoin price rose nearly 1.5% in the minutes following the better than expected news. Almost hitting. I didn't have a stop loss in at that point. It like basically went into my trade. And then it just a quick rejection, so I felt good, and then that's when I put in the stop loss and profit, because it was a very quick spike, then back down below 30. The CPI rose 0.1 in March, down from 0.4 a month previously, and slower than economists' forecast for 0.2%, according to the Bureau for Labor Statistics, the BLS. On a year-over-year basis, CPI was higher by 5%. Down from 6% in February, and against expectations for 5.2%. So year over year, they're saying our core price index is a 5% higher. I don't believe that is. If they say 5, probably 7.5%. Maybe we're below 10% now. So hey, no longer double-digit inflation. Woo, I think. I don't know. All right. Alongside gains for Bitcoin, U.S. stock index futures have turned higher following the report, with the NASDAQ ahead 1.1 and S&P up 0.9%. Price of gold also up 1.1, now coming in at $2,042 per ounce. Gold looking good, now coming in above 2K. Everyone's feeling good. Chappelle Show gave you guys motivation for JPEG junkies. Some of the sayings might have a nod to maybe one of the characters. Yeah, you know, Taco. Those all tacos. Do you see anything shady? It wasn't me, guys. It wasn't me. It must have been Taco, of course. Clayton Bigsby. Yeah, classic. Love it. Yeah. Great stories from Charlie Murphy. Charlie Murphy stories. Fantastic. But guys, I have a quick question. You know, speaking of a classic callback to the like button, folks. Where are we at on the likes?
Likes, we got about 4,000 people in here, about 800 likes. So we could
800 guys. You got to hit those like buttons. This is the most entertaining thing you're ever going to see for the rest of your entire life. This is the most impactful moment you're ever going to have in your life. This episode right here. I'm sorry, a wedding, your children being born. None of that matters compared to you hitting that like button. Maybe that's a little overkill, but you know what? I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. So go ahead, please do it. Doesn't cost you anything.
Do it now.
All right, do it now. Let's get above 1,000. All right, U.S. needs to regulate stable coins to keep a strong dollar. This is coming from the Stellar CEO XLM. In April 11th Bloomberg interview, Danelle Dixon, the CEO and executive director of Stellar Development Foundation, spoke about the prospects of regulating dollar-pegged digital assets in the U.S. President Joe Biden's administration has already highlighted the need for a stablecoin regulatory framework, but Dixon said that needs to be pushed through Congress, not an executive order. Stop talking about the technology and start demonstrating the utility. Yeah, mic drop moment. Stablecoins currently represent around 10% of the entire crypto market capitalization, with 133 billion in circulation. Dixon hinted that it was paramount that stablecoins are regulated and accepted in America, as the vast majority of them are pegged to the U.S. dollar. Yeah, vast majority. Still waiting for that Swedish krono, something like that. I'm a diversify, folks, when I can. I will. I plan on it. What did the five fingers say to the face? Slap! Great one. Classic. Yeah, there's so many great skits on there. Yeah. Type in, let's go down nostalgia lane. You know, we'll read them occasionally here. All right. Where are we at on pick a coin? We do that. It looks like ICP's winning the poll, folks, there.
Yeah, looks like it.
All right. Might be ICP, folks. All right. Not Houdini. Talking about Rubini. We're shifting to bipolar global reserve currency system with Chinese yuan as alternative to the U.S. dollar. Rubini, a.k.a. Dr. Doom, discussed the future of the U.S. dollar as the world's reserve currency in an interview with Indian media outlet CNBC TV 18, published Tuesday. Rubini is the chief economist for Atlas Capital and professor emeritus of economics and international business at NYU Stern School of Business there. India and de-dollarization. He also talked about India in particular, while noting that the country's fiscal policy could be better. He stressed it is okay, recognizing India as a promising emerging market. Also the largest English-speaking nation in the globe. The BRICS nation are reportedly working on developing a new form of currency that will reduce their reliance on the U.S. dollar. This is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, but several other countries have expressed their interest in joining the bloc, including Argentina, Iran, Indonesia, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt, and also I think North Korea as well. 10 Southeast Asian countries that are members of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, have also agreed to use local currencies to support cross-border trade and investment in the region. We're going to be okay as long as the yuan is pegged to the dollar. So even if you start seeing things priced in the yuan, don't feel super scared, because as long as it's pegged to the dollar, it's not as bad as it could be. Just like, you know, Bitcoin, what is it pegged to? It's pegged to the dollar if you're trading in America. The day you start seeing, you pull up CoinGecko from an American IP and then they have digital yuan on there, yeah, sure, start worrying then. But I think that's pretty far away from where we're at today. You guys do great work at Hit Network. DZ, you're a great second string QB. Thank you very much. What's a good second string?
We were going through this yesterday. I'm trying to think of a great backup quarterback. I mean, obviously Tom Brady was.
Tom Brady, yeah. Suck it, Drew.
Brett Favre was
not
a
Drew
backup.
here. Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah, Brett Favre was a backup. For
Brett Favre. Okay,
Favre. Yeah, there you go.
Something about Mary. Great movie.
Trying to think. Matt Schaub, actually, for the Atlanta Falcons for years, was a very solid. Like, if you think of like doing exactly what a backup quarterback, like I think he pretty much had like a 10-12 year NFL career as a backup quarterback. He did start eventually, I think, for the Texans. Great backup quarterback. That's probably who I'd pick.
All right. The draft, the delegation chooses Eminem. That was a good one. Yeah, there's so many good ones on there.
Nick
Could you scroll up
Foles, that's
real
a-
quick? There's another one I was looking at. It reminded me. Oh yeah, Wu-Tang Financial. You got to diversify. Yeah, that's so many good ones. All right. A16Z intensified crypto regulatory scrutiny has U.S. losing its edge in Web3 industry, or us losing its edge in Web3 industry. Fits both ways, for me at least. In this year's State of Crypto report by Andreessen Horowitz, the researchers concluded that software developers are entering the Web3 industry at a record pace. Nevertheless, the report noted that recent setbacks do not necessarily mean the failure of developers, but the opaque nature of centralized systems. Moreover, Bitcoin and Ethereum networks were not affected by the failures of FTX and Alameda. It wasn't a failure of crypto. It was just a failure of particular exchanges, particular individuals there.
Fraud and bad actors. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. A lot of people throwing out some Jeff Hofstetter, Rick Foles. Okay. Steve Young. Okay. Steve Young. Good
Chad
one.
Henne.
Good
There's
one.
been a lot of good quarterbacks in here. Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Banning new business models or technologies undermine American values and drives innovation and jobs elsewhere. That's the way I feel about AI technology. If we were to hamstring AI technology, you know who's not stopping their developers? China. China's not going to be stopping their developers. So we need to be careful about any kind of regulatory hurdles we put over much of this technology. I'm not saying let's blow up the world with chaos GPT.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say, we have adversarial nations who are not going to have those qualms. So we need to have that.
We're going to talk about that on Basement today, actually. It's a pretty
Ooh.
interesting, it's a tough question of what do you do, but all right, go ahead.
Yeah, one of the worst things I saw, it was an example given by Lex Friedman to Sam Altman, and he said, yeah, for instance, you don't want people to have it answer, which is a query that someone did, how to kill the most amount of people for $1. Give me 5 examples. These aren't good. You don't want like a very, very good AI model to give answers like that. And so, I'm for a little bit of hurdles there. Yeah, we want some breaks on some things for sure. Tom Brady. Yeah, Drew Bledsoe's. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Bobby Boucher. We can't forget Bobby Boucher. Let's see. Yeah, Andreessen Horowitz saying, look, guys, we got to keep it in America. There's nothing surprising here. But speaking of America, we do have some people fighting it. And I'm talking about Warren. I'm talking about AOC. Circle and BlockFi questioned on banking with SVB by Warren and AOC.
Wow.
Let's not figure out why, we have politicians meeting with SBF. Let's talk about, their legal bank that they, were told to use. All right. Letters from Warren and AOC were sent to Circle, BlockFi, and 12 other non-crypto tech firms asking a series of questions on each firm's relationship with SVB. They say they need to be more about the reported coddling and white glove treatment towards its largest depositors in order to understand these firms played a role in their collapse. In addition, the pair want to know if they offered perks such as low interest rate mortgages or SVB sponsored ski trips, conferences, and fancy dinners. Oh my God, I can only imagine if they took an executive out to a steak. All right, Warren and AOC said they believe it may explain why some customers, such as Circle, place extremely large amounts of uninsured deposits at SVB. Shortly after it collapsed, Circle disclosed they had $3.3 billion tied up at SVB, while BlockFi had $227 million. Let me tell you what they're not saying. Circle had $33 billion. They had 10% of their money there. Okay, that's probably pretty safe practices. When you have $33 billion in deposits, $250,000 deposit maximums isn't going to be realistic. So I think, a $3 billion to me seems pretty safe. Call me crazy, but to me, I don't see any issue there. So I think they're trying to make a mountain out of a molehill, and they're trying to, they're going to point at, oh, they had billions of dollars. Yeah, representing 10% of what they actually had. So to me, that seems like sound business practices. What's your opinion?
I mean, I agree with in the spirit of what you're saying about there's a lot of misdirection going on here of, finger pointing at people that weren't really doing any wrongdoing, as far as I can tell, like Circle.
They're always fingering.
They're just
people erroneously.
Yeah, they're just using signature. There was only so many banks they could choose from. Obviously, they're going to split up their deposits somewhat. So, like you said, I don't think it's unrealistic for them to have 10% in one place. So I think this is a lot of misdirection to point at crypto companies when it really was the banking industry and the bank itself that had the issue.
Yeah. It's it's the industry itself. It's not Oh my God, BlockFi, how dare you? All right, well, we do have some friendly people. It's not all enemies out there. We have Wyoming, and they're defending crypto-friendly bank charter regime and Custodia Bank's lawsuit against the Fed. The state of Wyoming believes that this changes the tenor of the suit and, in turn, questions the legitimacy and viability of the state's statutory framework. This is according to their attorney general. They've requested to intervene in the case between Custodia and the Fed Reserve System, seeking to defend its framework, allowing certain firms to qualify as state-chartered banks. They filed a lawsuit against the Fed Reserve and its Kansas City arm in June of 2020 for delays in approving their application for a master account, which facilitates an institution's ability to make international transfers as well as other functions. In January of 23, the Fed officially rejected their application, saying it's inconsistent with the required factors under the law. The report that Kansas City provided Custodia makes it clear that its view perceived inadequacies in Wyoming's law and regulations and is partially responsible for its denial. The state of Wyoming believes that this changes the tenor of the suit and in turn questions their legitimacy. Although they filed in June 22, the Fed released a report in March which the central bank raised concerns about Custodia seeking to focus almost exclusively on the crypto asset sector there. So we got Wyoming. They're coming in. They're fighting the good fight. The Fed also expressed skepticism over the aptitude of new state-chartered banks while allowing old state-chartered banks like BNY Mellon to engage in substantially the same digital asset custody activity Wyoming SPDIs intend to engage in. So we have oh yeah, our old buddies, yeah, we gave them a pass 4 years ago, but this whole new wave, yeah, all you Florida idiots, all you idiots in Wyoming, no. We got our buddies in it, and that's all we need. Look, the SVB collapse, Silvergate collapse, any bank with the SI, it has proven the need for Circle. They need to have a diversity of deposits here. And so when they're stopping these things, it makes it easier to kill. Is that a grand master plan? I don't know, but it sure is convenient, and it seems coincidental to me. That's my take on there. Little shady to you?
Yeah, it's definitely, it's like you said, it's not, there's way too many things for it to be just a coincidence.
All right. Wow. A lot of talks about a certain beverage with the blue can. I don't think we can get into that one. Maybe the basement, but even then, I think that's too hot for the basement. Is that too hot for the basement?
It's just not my,
it has nothing to do with crypto.
Not my purview.
To me, I don't want any kind of mass indoctrination, of course, but to me, if someone's not hurting me, I don't really care about it. But if they go after kids, obviously, like, it's a bad thing. All right, Binance's U.S. exchange says bye-bye to Tron's TRX token. So the decision was influenced by a variety of factors, including regulatory standing in the U.S. All right, and changes in the token's risk profile. They'll soon delist TRX, a native token of Tron. When a digital asset no longer meets our high standards or industry circumstances change, we conduct a more in-depth review of the affected asset and assess whether further action is necessary, i.e. delisting. Fell at 1.5% to trade around 6 cents, but recovered about half that. Now it's down. Looks like we were looking earlier. It was down, I think, 3.3%. The SEC sued Sun and 3 of his companies, Tron Foundation, BitTorrent, and Rainberry, for the unregistered offer and sale of crypto asset securities. So I wonder if part of it is just, the fallout from those lawsuits of the 3 companies, or if there's maybe new information in the pipeline. We don't know, but not a good thing for the Tron maxis.
Yeah, this is more United States versus Justin Sun type action, I feel like.
Yeah.
Just like they don't like Binance and CZ, they don't like Justin Sun either. I know there were some rumors going around about Justin Sun yesterday, but this here doesn't surprise me that they're getting pressure. Obviously this is pressured from the U.S. government on Binance US.
All right, a lot of people want Wendy's face on a can. I think that'd be good. That'd be good. I think they're choosing Chris for Mr. Beast instead. All right, Elon Musk reportedly buys thousands. Let's talk a little Elon time. Do we need anything between then, or we're good? We're good.
No, I think
all
we're
right,
good.
we're good for Elon. All right, yeah, couple big things here. Reportedly buying thousands of GPUs for a Twitter AI project. Recently made headlines. Of course, we know what's going on with Elon and the huge interview. We're also going to talk about that as well. But it looks like anonymous sources reportedly deemed the project to be in its early stages, but the purchase of such a quantity of GPUs shows he is committed to it. One of the sources said the project works with a large language model. However, the sources also said the definitive role of generative AI at Twitter is unclear. Musk is also on the record in 2017 giving a warning to regulators at an event with the U.S. National Governors Association that AI research needs to be regulated before it is too late. Yeah, he's definitely got strong opinions on it, But he also had some strong opinions in this BBC interview. Elon Musk accuses BBC reporter of lying, and Twitter hate speech wrote latest updates. Late night discussion with the broadcaster. He went on the attack. I wouldn't say that, against a BBC journalist who would ask him to respond to claims that hate speech had become more prevalent on Twitter since his takeover. Despite the altercation, he said he would bow to the BBC's demands to remove a Twitter label designated the corporation as government-funded media after a row with the broadcaster. He said he would agree to alter the disclaimer to read publicly funded. He said, we want to be as truthful and accurate as possible. We're adjusting the label. This guy showed up unannounced to Twitter headquarters. That Elon granted him an interview, and then it did not go as well as he planned. I'm assuming here he said, yeah, what is going on with all the hate speech? He said, no, it's actually less. We reduced a lot of bots. He's like, well, a lot of people, I was looking at my feed. I haven't even used the feed in 3 weeks because of all the, extra hate speech and stuff like that. He was like, what are you talking about? Give me an example. He could not give an example. He's like, you said there's more hate speech. I asked for an example. You can't give an example. You're lying. And the guy said, well, and then later on, he's like, well, what about misinformation? He's like, what about BBC misinformation? The guy said, I didn't know BBC was being interviewed. He's like, well, you didn't? It was a really, really good exchange. There's really good 4-minute clips out there. There's a pretty good 2-minute clip. But you can also find the whole thing. Jump in at 17 minutes and 30 seconds. If you want to, if you see the big thing, it's an hour and a half long. So jump in around then. Good stuff, though. It was really, really good. Back off the muskrat. That's what I say. You know what? Me and Ben, we've had a row. He hates, or he hated Teslas at the time. I said, I'm going to buy a Tesla and it's going to be faster than his Lamborghini. I don't think he likes that. I still want to make that happen. Yeah. Maybe next bull run. Maybe next bull run. Well. All right. What do we got?
Was that the tech section?
I think that was the tech section.
Okay,
that was the tech section.
Now it's time for NFT Corner, and I think we've got an ape in the room.
Yeah, no one puts Taco in the corner. Taco puts Taco in the corner. Exactly. All right, Taco, he's our resident NFT expert, NFT Alpha. Huge help with that. Basically, he is Mr. NFT Alpha, and he's the one that's keeping the Pluto ship afloat on that cruise. So you're going to see him shoveling coal. Taco's going to be shoveling coal. He's got to put those traps to work. Taco, are you excited about shoveling coal next to Leo's roommate?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be in the basement. I'm gonna keep the ship afloat. I'm gonna keep it running. We're going to the Bahamas, and then we have a day at sea, and then we're back to Port Canaveral. So we're gonna be gone all next week. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I've never been on a cruise. Have you been on a cruise? You said you went as a 4-year-old, 12-year-old?
No, I was a teen. I was probably like 13, 14. I went on those like Disney cruises where you get to like meet Mickey Mouse and stuff. Hey, I liked Mickey Mouse when I was a teenager.
That's fine. You know, I stopped liking Minnie, when I was like 23. I was like, it's time to grow up, look at humans. All right. What do we have for NFT? I know we have this little Redditor thing. NFT bots have Redditors seeing red. Apparently, people are mad about the lack of the spam or bot prevention amongst this NFT launch. What were your just thoughts when you saw this? Can you unpack a little bit of what these Reddit people might be complaining about? Why are they complaining about bots for the minting experience?
Yeah, so obviously Reddit is its own little community, and they introduced NFTs or digital collectibles about, what was it, like 4 months ago? And they sold out very fast. They became very popular. Their floor price rose, and now people are catching on to Reddit and their NFTs. So they had this Gen 3 drop the other day. And what happens? You got a lot of bots. You have a lot of people that want to front run the transactions so they can get as many NFTs as they can. So this is typical in the NFT ecosystem. Just the other day, the other side was minting their Gucci pennants. So me and Justin Williams, we were sitting on the website, seeing the timer tick down, and then all of a sudden the host website went down. So thousands and thousands of people are on the site all at the same time trying to do the same action. This is typical. This is like an Amazon Web Service issue. This isn't an NFT like degen issue. But at the same time, if they didn't like add a CAPTCHA to avoid bots, that's kind of on them. But like people are they want to get these NFTs, so when they see they're not able to, they get mad.
Yeah, and here Reddit's thread post about the Gen 3 contains more than 600 comments thus far, mostly negative, attempting to discredit the launch. Absolute garbage. Read one of the users replies there. So yeah, typically Typically, this is a common occurrence for hot mints. This is just what happens. And with no captcha, yeah, it is going to get taken over by bots. I'm used to it. Taco's used to it. You know, I got used to it years ago at this point. So like, no big deal to me. But if it's your first time and you got front ran by a bot and then they got that cool shiny gold Reddit avatar and you wanted it. Yeah, it's welcome to the jungle, folks. Welcome to the jungle, Reddit people.
Yeah, just like you were talking on around the blockchain last night about MEV bots, like sandwiching transactions just to extract that little bit of Ethereum or the crypto that they're trying to get. The same thing kind of happens with this. They up their gas price, so they front run the transactions on the Ethereum blockchain. I believe these were on Polygon, but it still is EVM compatible. And you know, like I'll read this this little quote. This is so unprofessional and anti-community based. You're going to have a few bots with almost all of the limited and high value avatars. A top comment from one of the users posted on Reddit. So if they're going to stick with these digital collectibles, they're going to have to get used to this and maybe go to a different blockchain that doesn't have front running issues.
Yeah, then we have just a quick one, NFT warranties. People are trying to make warranties for NFT. Do you see any kind of business model besides we hold it for you so you know it's safe? I mean, because otherwise people are just going to pretend they got hacked, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's actually a good good little issue right there. If somebody is pretending to get hacked, maybe them and their buddy are teaming up. Oh, my NFT just got stolen, but your buddy owns it, and then you get, I think they're saying they get 90% of the value back.
Yeah.
But also in this article, they are going to be taking 6% of the asset costs
Upon
on checkout.
Yeah.
So this is my little bit of information. Do a little bit of research on how to maybe make a burner wallet. So you have your vault holdings in one NFT wallet. And then if you want to do a mint or if you want to buy something, send your Ethereum to that burner address. So when you're connecting to a site to mint, let's say it was compromised and you lose your Ethereum, at least you lost the amount that you were trying to mint and not your whole entire wallet. Because the main reason behind this is because just in the first quarter of 2023, over $320 million worth of NFTs were exploited, stolen. And
that brings us to this point right here. Just the other day, Des Bryant got his very iconic ape stolen. He said he's hacked. And then basically he got into a war of words with crypto Twitter, no longer using the term NFT, loses apes, gives up the entire use of term. You're sure voices. Yeah, then he wades into the waters. Any advice for Des about wading into the CT waters?
Yeah, just like I said, make a wallet that holds your valued NFTs, maybe in a ledger off like a cold storage wallet. When you want to do transactions on the blockchain day to day, use a hot wallet, something that has a little bit of Ethereum that you are, you're still doing your research, you're still learning, but make sure that you're not going to lose all of your balance in one go. I see it every single day. Des Bryant, that was a Grail NFT for the Bored Ape Yacht Club, probably worth $200,000.
Well, let's unpack that just a little bit. You called it a Grail. Let's throw it up if we can. It has a very coveted trait, which is the crown, and a second coveted trait, which is the cheetah skin. And then therefore you have also good eyes, decent mouth. So yeah, that's what we call one of the Grail apes. People love those crowns, and it's one of the better crown ones. So Des, yeah, not a great feeling. Hopefully he'll recover. I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, he's gonna be fine. But maybe you can get one of his buddies to teach him how to use a ledger. Snoop Dogg was wearing a golden ledger around his neck in the WWE. Yeah, TJ saw it. That's cool. That's good advertising. And hey, he's in the ecosystem, and he's even one step beyond. And he's holding his NFTs and his crypto in cold storage. I'd love to see it.
All right. Well, Taco, great stuff. You excited for the cruise?
I am excited for the cruise, and I want to leave the BitSquad with one more piece of maybe they want to mint a free NFT. You guys were talking about Ethereum's upgrade. I don't know if you have it on your screen, but it's from Consensus, their official Twitter account. It was posted about 22 hours ago yesterday. So they're celebrating their upcoming Ethereum Shanghai Capella upgrade. And if you find this tweet, I'm sure DZ's looking for it right now.
Got it up right here.
Yeah, there you go. So if you want to mint yourself a free NFT and be a part of history on this upgrade, go ahead and check out this tweet thread. They have the links, and it's minting tonight at 9 p.m. So you still have time. And use the advice that we were just talking about. Use a burner wallet. I'm sure this is safe because consensus is behind MetaMask. And yeah, so get yourself a free NFT.
Yeah, it looks like claim window open for 72 hours. So you can avoid a gas war. Don't feel the FOMO. Make sure there's enough though. All right. Well, cool, Taco. Looking forward to seeing you on the cruise. I guess I'll see you in like an hour or two, but looking forward to it, man. Any just want to give the people a little heads up? All right. Taco's a beast of a man, those who don't know.
Later, BitSquad. It was a pleasure.
All right. Taco, the superstar of the BitBoy Bombers, the last game, absolute crushed. They scored 2 points. One of them, a Taco home run up into the high parts of the trees, he said. So, no, he wasn't high on trees when he was playing. No, he hit the ball high into the trees. So good job, Taco, being he's our Babe Ruth. All right, hit that like button if you like baseball too. Where are we at? Did we get 1,000?
Yeah, 1,200.
All right. Let's get 1337, and then that'd be pretty elite. All right, let's see. We got a little crypto public accountant thing here, guys. If you want some help, this is the time of year, whether early adopter or currently trading or just looking to diversify. We have some professionals. Lorenzo, CPA, not our former employee.
Yeah, no, he's been on. He came on around the blockchain and gives a lot of really good advanced tax strategies. They know a lot about not just tax, CPA, accounting in general, but also handle your crypto transactions, get all that stuff ready to go.
Yeah. Trust formation, estate, LLC for businesses, financial coaching, business consulting. Okay, yeah. And then all the good tax stuff, strategy,
what's that URL? It's easy.
The URL is Lorenzo Tax. Easy to remember, Lorenzo Tax. And shout out to Lorenzo, and congrats on his wedding. I hope everything's going well with that. Where are we at? Are we time for XRP brought to you by?
No, it's time for Pick a Coin.
Ooh, it's pick a coin time. All right. Well, who won? Was it ICP?
Yes.
All right. I looked ahead. It looked like ICP was going to win it, so I pulled up a couple things. I have the price chart up here. They are up 3.25%, now trading above $5. But if we look at now obviously you had a huge launch, guys. We remember the launch. Oh, wait. I don't know how I did that. All. Let me hit year, then hit all again. All right. Yeah. Not great. A lot of people, Ben knows more about it. TJ, you probably know more about it. I know like FTX is.
Yeah, there was a lot of FUD on the launch. Obviously, this is one of the coins that Alameda was shorting and really kind of trying to push down and profiting on it going down. Large FUD campaign. So it also launched, very, very high. I believe higher than the team ever anticipated. So they pumped it up and then crashed it back down.
Yeah. We look at the 3 month, it looks like we did spike up, pretty high up there, pushing right around 8. So there's still a, pretty good upside. If we go to $8 from here, you're looking at roughly about a 55% pump there. So, could be a short-term pump around 50%. So that wouldn't be half bad. If we look at their tokenomics, right now, market cap coming in at 1.6, fully diluted 2.6. So more than half is out. Circulating supply right now, 300 million. Total supply will be slightly less than 500 million. So we are, coming in right around 60%. If we look at their Twitter wait, that's right. Let me hit back because I went to consensus. Then I went to Des Bryant. Did it on the wrong one there. Dfinity here. If they are the ones that contribute to the ICP blockchain, they have DevTool update. So look at this. See 631,000 followers, followed by 83 people that Ben follows. And then I like to see what is their frequency of tweets. Here they did a whole tweet thread just 1 hour ago. So that's typically what I would consider a good sign. And then here's another one, 7 hours before that, meet up in Hong Kong. All right, so I'm liking what I'm seeing. A lot of their recent tweets are going to be about this Web3 festival in Hong Kong here, but what I'm seeing, ICP, I don't have any personally, full disclosure, but it is one that when I look at that all-time chart, I can't help but feel a little bit of FOMO there. A little bit of FOMO. Let's see. If we go to the 1 month, though, just all right. It would have been nicer to get in at $4.60, but guys, that's really not that much lower. But it's had a pretty good week. So maybe I'll wait for a bloody week. But that 1 year chart, guys, looking good. Looks like about a 3x. We get back up to $16. What are your thoughts on ICP?
Yeah, it's unique. It's they're doing something a little bit different when it comes to storing things. It doesn't work like a lot of the other blockchains out there, which I think has pros and cons. Obviously, it's unique technology, so they're trying. Oftentimes that can be how you find and discover new innovation. So that's great. It doesn't, but being very different than other blockchains, oftentimes mean it doesn't play well with other blockchains as well as like everything that's built out for the Ethereum ecosystem when it comes to wallets and software and all the other parts of the ecosystem. Sometimes the compatibility can be an issue, which we know from dealing with Cardano and things like that. So
yeah, you stole the words out of my mouth. Yeah, like just working with Cardano, I see the issue, and it's not just protocols online collaborating with this, like actual developers,
right?
You know, so a high level.
So like
there.
I said, there's pros and cons to that. It's interesting. It's something I like to watch. I do like the fact that they're pushing the envelope on the technological side. So yeah, and like you said, price suppression chart. A lot of things looks like it's shaping up well for this next bull market.
All right, I fly high. Can't wait to cruise with y'all. I think that's a picture of a child. So yeah, drive carefully. I don't know. Get an Uber or something if you're able. All right, XRP. Let's talk a little XRP, people. XRP, baby. 4-week rally was led by none other than retail investors, folks. A closer look at the market orders for XRP suggests large investors or whale, they actually sold into the rally. This is the coin often used to make international payments. They've rallied nearly 40% in the past month, outperforming other top digital assets, including Bitcoin, which is important because a lot of coins are bleeding against Bitcoin as everything's moving up. Looking at buy and sell transactions on the two largest Korean exchanges, Upbit and BitThumb, market sell orders overwhelmingly outpace market buy orders. For orders over 200,000 XRP, which is right around 100K. The analyst wrote in a weekly note published Monday. In contrast, the buy-sell ratio was much more balanced for the smaller orders. So, and again, the XRP brought to you by Stake. Again, guys, that Expose video, really, really good stuff. You're going to want to see it. I'm still being a DGen. I might be a DGen later today. I'm lying. I've already played like 3 hands of blackjack. All right. The sell side imbalance in market orders of more than 200,000 XRP tokens suggests that whales have been selling into the price rally, and individuals and non-professional investors, they are doing the heavy lifting. This is a good sign for end of a, well, it could be a bad sign. It's a sign that the community is strong. I will say that as far as positive signs there. So we like seeing that. I'm not the TA guy, but when I see something like this, hey, maybe a little potential breakout. Looks like it wicked up to 58 cents, and now coming in slightly above 50. So hey, we could see a 5-10% candle just come out of nowhere, melt some faces. And guys, we don't know when that court case is going to wrap up. I know a lot of people got a lot riding on it, but we are rooting for them, rooting for Ripple, we're rooting for XRP, we're rooting for the XRPL to succeed, and we're just rooting against the SEC. I think that's the way, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
DCA is the way. Today is Mandalorian Day. Big shout out. No, I'm not paid by Disney. I just love that show so much. Yeah. Looking forward to that. I think that's all we got time for. TikTok, bye. I don't know how much longer you'll be here, but it's good while it lasts. I am enjoying my time. I hope you're enjoying your time. That's all we got. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you show up for the basement. The basement is going to be a hot one today. Things we can't talk about here, we're going to talk about over there. And then also, it's going to be a fantastic blockchain. Already looking at the guest lineup. Not going to want to miss it. Make sure you sub to all our affiliate channels. Until next time, easy out, folks.